Today, we are gonna make the quickest, cutest drawstring bag. And you can use this for Valentine's Day to put candy in. You can make some other prints if you want to just create some storage, whatever it is that you wanna do. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna show you the supplies that we need. We're gonna use a pattern. And I just created this pattern very, very easily. Just take you some regular paper. This is just some craft paper like cardstock, so it's a little bit sturdier. And you want to measure 6 inches across. Okay, we're first gonna do a rectangle. So 6 inches across, and you're gonna go 8.5 inches down, okay? And then all you have to do to get these curves in is just round your edges, just about like go up the rectangle about 2 inches and just round your corners here on the bottom. That's it, and you've got your shape. All right, you're gonna cut 2 pieces out of some cotton fabric, okay? This is just folded back. So you're just gonna cut 2 pieces out of cotton material. And then we're gonna need some Grosgrain ribbon. And this is just a 3/4 of an inch size, and it's gonna be 17 inches long. So 2 pieces that are 17 inches long, okay? You wanna have a marking pen. Again, I use Frixon and love it. And if you have some on hand, grab your pinking shears, okay? That's gonna help in our cutting. And then you wanna have a little lighter so that we can seal our ribbon ends. No, this is not for you burning up your project. No, this is just for your ribbon, okay? And then obviously you're gonna have some straight pins, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we wanna do is we wanna take our pieces and we're gonna do some ironing. 1 piece at a time, fold it over to the back side, and you're first gonna turn your top edge. This is the actual top edge, even though it's upside down in your view. We're gonna turn that back 1/2 inch and we're gonna press it. I'm using a clover ruler here where I can iron directly on it. So this allows me to take my material and put it on the measurement that I need. So I'm going 1/2 inch here and then iron right across so that I'm nice and even. All right, and once you have done that, we're gonna iron again. We're gonna fold it. This time we're gonna fold it 1.5 inches. So we're gonna fold it down and we wanna go 1.5 inches. And then we're gonna press. All right, do that same thing for your other piece. We have our 2 folded pieces. And now what I want you to do, it seems crazy, but I want you to unfold. Okay? And we're gonna take one and put it right side up. And we'll take the other and we're putting right side down where right sides are touching each other. Okay? And just line those up. All right? Once you have them lined up, I want you to put a pin at the top corner. on both sides. That way it doesn't shift when we're about to do a measurement right now. All right. Now what we're going to do is we are going to measure from our top down. We're going to create a marking that's 2 3/4 of an inch down. Okay. So take your ruler, take your disappearing ink, whichever one you use. And we're going to just, I'm going to turn to the side a little bit here. We're going to measure down 2 3/4 of an inch. And we're going to make a line. All right. I've made one line. Now we're going to measure 3 1/2 inches down and make another line. This is creating an opening that's going to be about 3/4 of an inch for our ribbon to go through. I want you to do the same thing on the other side. Go down 2 3/4 and then measure from the top 3 1/2 inches down. Okay? So now this area right here, we're gonna leave open, okay? We're not gonna stitch that area. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pin all the way around, leaving this area open. And you remember, when you have an opening, do a double pin so that you know, don't sew there, okay? All right, now let's take it to the machine. We are gonna stitch from here down to our line and then skip that little area, and then we'll stitch all the way around to our next line, skip that little area, and then we'll stitch up, okay? So do not stitch up here or in our little openings. All right, we are gonna do a 1/2 inch seam allowance, okay? If you're using the Brother SC 600 or 625, 700, what have you, you can move your needle position over to the left and you can keep your fabric lined up with the right side of that presser foot, okay? So I'm just gonna lower my presser foot here and take that pin out. And we're gonna stitch around. Don't forget to reverse in the beginning. Now, I'm coming to my line, okay? So I'm coming to my line here, and so I'm gonna go all the way up to my line, and I'm gonna reverse. All right, so I made it to my line, and now I'm gonna reverse. Now I'm gonna go to my next line. Make sure I'm lined up here. And keep on going. All right, I'm reaching my next line again. Once I get there, I'm going to reverse. All right, you're going to skip, go to your next line, reverse again, and continue on. When you get to the end, reverse, okay? Reinforce those stitches. All right, so we've got our stitching part done. And now we're gonna grab our scissors. Okay, I have my pinking shears, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our material, and in this seam allowance area, we're gonna trim that with our pinking shears. And that's gonna help our bag to not unravel so bad, okay? So let's do that all the way around, nothing fancy. Plus, it's gonna also help our curves to lay nicely. All right. So your edges should look just like so. Okay? Okay, now let's finger press open our sides. You can iron as well, whichever is easiest for you. And we're gonna turn back that first fold, that 1/2 inch fold that we made. Okay, make sure you got it on both sides. All right, and then remember our next fold is 1.5 inches down. So we're gonna fold back again to that next fold. Now, make sure that your seam is lined up, okay? Make sure that seam is lined up there, okay? And then let's put a pin in it. Put a pin in it. If you like it, then you should have put a pin in it. Oh gosh, that's so corny. All right, do the same thing on the other side. All right, again, lining that opening up, or a seam up, I'm sorry, and then put a pin in it. All right, so you should have, your bag should be looking like this so far. And I want you to just pin all the way around. You don't have to have a ton of pins unless you need it. All right, so there's our bag. Now we are going to fold it to the right side. Be careful, please be careful. Fold it to the right side. Reason why we're having to do this is because this opening is so small that we've got to stitch on the inside this way. It's not going to fit on our arm of our sewing machine, okay? All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stitch right along this edge right here, close to the edge, okay? You see that? We're going to stitch right along this edge. So like, let's go over by a seam. That way we know where we've started and where we're stopping. And you're just going to be about 1/4 inch in, okay? You're going to stitch all the way around. You can take your pins out as you go if you need to. Now, as you're moving, stop periodically and move your fabric forward. All right, once you get around to where you began, go ahead and get right on top of that stitch, okay? And then reverse. All right, and I hope you are cutting your threads as you go along. All right, now remember how we had our opening that, look at that, that's so cute. You can't even see, you can see that, good. Okay, now we're gonna stitch just a 1/2 inch down from the top, okay? So let's start by a seam. We're gonna stitch all the way around, and what this is doing is creating a casing or a tunnel, if you will, for our ribbon to flow through, okay? So line up our edge with the edge of the presser foot and then come over a 1/2 inch. You're gonna go all the way around. Y'all, we are almost done with this bag. When you get back around to where you began, again, like we did with the other stitch, get right on top of it and then reverse. All right. This is the shell of our bag. Now let's grab our ribbon. Okay, look how cute our bag looks just by itself. That is adorable. Love it. All right, take one of your ribbons and you're gonna grab a safety pin and you're gonna place that on the end of your ribbon, okay? Just come in just about a 1/2 inch, all right? One at a time, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna feed it. Remember that opening that we left? Look, we have a pocket. We're gonna feed it right through there. So you're gonna push the safety pin through, hold the safety pin, and then slide the fabric back, okay? Try not to get it twisted. Push the safety pin through, all right? And then you're gonna get to the other side and you're gonna hold the safety pin and then pull it through, okay? Keep going. If you get stubborn with your material, what you can do is, remember you have it folded back. Just use your finger like I just did and keep pushing. Keep going. Then when you get back over to the other side, again, use your finger if you need to or a stick, and you're gonna come out that opening. All right. When you come out the opening, you can take your pin out and we're gonna tie a knot. That way it doesn't slip back through on us while we're doing the other side. All right, so that's one side. Now let's do the other side. Then we'll make it all pretty. You're gonna do the same thing with the other side. The only difference is you don't start on the same side, okay? You're gonna start on the opposite side and go around. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that looks so cute. All right, now, see how we got all these lovely little fray ends? We're gonna take a lighter. And you're just gonna wave it across it. And then you can feel whether or not they're solid. Looks like that one's a little bit raggedy on that edge. Let's clean that up. All right. Let's do the same with the other side. And what that does is it seals that ribbon. That way it doesn't unravel on you. Okay. All right. Look at there. We have a cute bag. And so this is small enough where you can put some goodies in it, little toys, trinkets, jewelry, you know, whatever you want to use. All right, let's try to create something again soon.